All right, welcome everyone. Today, Siri and I are going to be walking you through McDonald's and Shake Shack's different marketing strategies and tactics, and talk to you a little bit about why McDonald's marketing strategies and tactics differ. To kick things off, I'll kick it off to Siri so she can tell you about McDonald's.
Okay, so today we're going to talk about McDonald's, starting with customers in the 3Cs. McDonald's customers want a quick and easy meal on the go, and they want it in the most convenient way possible. McDonald's combines the information search and evaluation process because, customers already are familiar with the menu and they can just make snap decisions. Purchases occur through a drive-through lane or a service counter, and in some franchises, they have the in-store tablets to really speed up the process. Overall, McDonald's captures customers who value a simple and effortless experience. Now for competition, McDonald's mostly competes with traditional fast food restaurants that provide cheap food at a middling quality, like Burger King, Wendy's, Subway, and Taco Bell. These fast food rivals offer similar value proposition, but McDonald's really wins here because of its really strong branding. For the fast casual burger joints where people trade convenience for higher food quality, specifically like the young urbanite population, like McDonald's is in a different place. For example, some fast casual burger joints, Shake Shack, Five Guys. McDonald's succeeds by exploiting a gap in the willingness to pay, but does not actively compete with these joints, specifically because McDonald's has a lower price point. Of the company, McDonald's differentiates on two fronts: convenience and awareness. McDonald's has many locations spread across the globe. It's famously affordable, and it's very fast and convenient. McDonald's is very well known. Its branding, its assets such as the golden arches, the yellow and red color scheme, the motto, the Ronald McDonald mascot really help McDonald's stay relevant as a franchise, and partnerships with events like the World Cup, among other large sporting events, really improve the awareness. Now on to SDP. For the segment, McDonald's divides its consumer base in two primary ways. There's the geographic segmentation, targeting different global segments based on their international menu variety. There's the family status, which we can talk about more in the targeting section. These consumers are divided into families and adults. And for families, the kids' meals and low price options are really attractive. For adults, the new healthy options bolster price and convenience in the minds of the busy people who need a bite to eat. And for McDonald's position, we concluded that to busy Americans who need a quick meal, McDonald's is the fast food restaurant that provides the greatest convenience at a low price. Now on to products. McDonald's really revolutionized the concept of manufacturing in the food industry, especially in the boom post-war years. McDonald's really made the food assembly line process really efficient. They started off with one food stand, but then they really, decided to move into the franchise model to expand on returns. They tested the drive-through concept. They tested the first food stand in San Bernardino, which was very successful. For place, McDonald's utilizes an indirect channel, which is franchising, where the parent corporation collects a fixed fee from each franchise, but McDonald's controls its vertical channel conflict by really incentivizing franchisees to take on McDonald's, and avoids double marginalization due to different profit collection structures. Sometimes there is horizontal channel conflict because there can be competition between franchises, but McDonald's really tries to spread out its franchises to level out the differentiation. McDonald's price-wise is very affordable. It utilizes second-degree price discrimination with a quantity discount. Bundling really helps people to spend more. And with reference pricing, this is more possible, because prospect theory can frame a consumer's perception of the true value of the set meal. There is a left digit bias where the perceived price is lower since the leftmost digit has a greater impression on the consumers, as you can see here on the side, this little promotional for the lunch and dinner. And on to promotion, McDonald's has an iconic slogan. It has traditional advertising. It's got big influencer marketing. I mean, there's a biographical film on the founder of McDonald's, and there are really targeted sales promotions that offer limited time things to mimic urgency, so consumers really get out there and buy, and coupon codes that track effectiveness. And once again, sponsorships with major sporting events really help McDonald's stay visible in the public space. Now on to Carter to talk about Shake Shack.
Thanks, Siri. Kicking it off first with Shake Shack's customers. Typically, the Shake Shack customer wants a quality burger, but doesn't necessarily want to sit down and sort of have the full table service at a restaurant. And so they want a place that sort of combines the quality, but also the speed and efficiency, which Shake Shack obviously does. As for info search and evaluation, Shake Shack spends close to nothing on traditional advertising. Rather, it relies more so on its customers to sort of generate buzz via word of mouth, and that comes obviously as a byproduct of offering that quality product. And it also sort of caters to and interacts with customers on social media. As for purchasing, if you've ever been to a Shake Shack, you know that it has the very convenient sort of walking kiosk. And this obviously allows Shake Shack to sort of service customers very quickly and easily with little hassle. And so overall, if we were to sum up the customer strategy, we'd say that Shake Shack captures curious customers who are looking for quality fast food. Right, so for competition, Shake Shack does compete sort of mostly with the fast casual burger joints, like the Five Guys and In-N-Outs of the world. These are places with which it competes horizontally. They offer sort of a similar value proposition in that they all sort of look to combine quality with the speed of service. That's not to say, however, that Shake Shack doesn't compete with other sort of more conventional fast food places like Taco Bell and McDonald's. The only difference being that where Shake Shack competes sort of horizontally with like an In-N-Out, it would compete vertically with McDonald's and offer sort of a premium product, whereas McDonald's offers something cheaper and offers sort of its bundles and stuff like that. So moving on to the company itself, Shake Shack is really defined by its mission to stand for something good. And this relates both to ingredients and to the sort of the brand itself. So Shake Shack states that it only sources sort of its 100% Angus beef from ranchers, farmers, and food purveyors who all share its values. But it's also focused on sort of being a good member of the communities in which it exists. And so this relates obviously to sort of catering its specific locations to the communities themselves and to working directly with community members to sort of bolster the community as a whole. So as for sort of the STP portion, Shake Shack doesn't segment its customers as neatly as McDonald's, but it does look to sort of segment based on dietary choices and the time of day that people eat. More importantly, it looks to sort of target the young urban consumer who, again, wants that higher quality fast food, but doesn't necessarily have time to sit down in a restaurant. So most customers are sort of lunch and dinner goers who might be at work or coming out of work. And for its position, Shake Shack, again, sort of looks to serve urban customers and is the fast casual restaurant that delivers high quality food with excellent customer service as a result of its high prices and better ingredients. So as for Shake Shack's 4 Ps, starting with product, the company does look to employ sort of incremental innovation. So it looks to integrate sort of simple foods from roadside stands with its high quality ingredients to sort of bring a quality product to the masses. The original idea of using sort of its American ingredients at all its locations was kind of thwarted largely due to tariffs. And so it was forced to use sort of on the ground sourcing, but that hasn't stopped Shake Shack obviously from expanding globally. As for concept testing, the first hot dog stand was sort of an instant success. It drew crowds at all times of the day, no matter the weather conditions, since that was proof enough that its concept worked. Eventually, it sort of went to deploy a full-scale market test, expanding from its one location at Madison Square Park, which is awesome, recommend trying it, to, again, all of its international locations, and now it has over 200 worldwide. So Shake Shack does have relatively high prices. This is sort of virtue of the fact that it has its high variable costs to secure premium ingredients and high fixed costs. Initially, price sensitivity was very low due to the fact that it offered a novel product and a very unique service, but it has sort of been able to maintain its prestige pricing and to use its prestige pricing to sort of reinforce its higher quality. Shake Shack does also notably use multi-segment pricing to target consumers with different willingness to pay sort of across the world. And so moving on now to the promotion part. Shake Shack does look to use sort of online advertising as opposed to traditional advertising. This goes hand in hand with its more local menus. As for its direct marketing, it has sort of a strong social media presence to capture sort of the younger demographic and sort of millennials and Gen Z. And it uses this personalized engagement to build brand loyalty with these people. It also sort of uses sales promotions, again, to sort of reinforce its brand image in the eyes of consumers. So, and finally, we have the place. Shake Shack uses a direct channel as opposed to a franchising model to sort of keep it all in the family. And so this allows it to sort of exert greater control over pricing and promotion to elicit feedback directly from its consumers and then sort of tweak its model based on that feedback. And this really helps it to build a strong and unique brand image to differentiate it from its competitors. All right, so moving on to the comparison now. So what exactly distinguishes McDonald's marketing approach? Well, the company most notably is super dependent on its franchises. These account for 80% of its stores, and it has allowed management to open 38,000 stores globally, which dwarfs Shake Shack's 275. The company also competes horizontally, whereas Shake Shack primarily competes vertically. And this is largely due to the fact that McDonald's sort of needs to advertise its inexpensive value meals using traditional advertising, whereas Shake Shack can sort of rely on word of mouth and just its social media engagement since it offers a more high quality product. And finally, a key part of McDonald's value proposition is that it has something for everyone. So it attempts to appeal to a more diverse audience, whereas Shake Shack seeks primarily to engage, again, that sort of young urban consumer. So why exactly is McDonald's marketing different? McDonald's was careful not to confine itself to the American cuisine. So instead, it sort of reaches out to and sort of uses the knowledge of its franchise owners to offer sort of localized menu items that cater to regional tastes. It also looks to compete on price, so it aims to achieve a high sales volume to recover its cost. And the company, again, opts for that traditional advertising to promote these new products, like the buy one, get one free you see here. Neither of these is really prevalent in the Shake Shack business model. McDonald's also targets a wider audience in an effort to sort of increase its sales volume. And this is important because the company's margins are comparatively low, and so scale is especially important. McDonald's really cannot afford to alienate any one demographic.
Okay, so now to just summarize McDonald's strengths and weaknesses in marketing. Strengths, McDonald's is both cheap and fast. It's globally spread, each location tailored to the region's preferences, and overall its low price point, convenience, and numerous locations increase its accessibility to most consumer segments. For weaknesses, McDonald's meals are seen as poor quality, as the low price suggests. They are perceived as very unhealthy, especially in the public space with health critics. And McDonald's appears to be a downscale fast food chain, driving away the millennial and health-conscious consumers that Shake Shack typically attracts. So finally, we wanted to put together our basic recommendations for McDonald's. One being, don't raise prices to match chains like Shake Shack, because McDonald's really targets customers looking for a affordable fast food meal. And if they really raise their prices, they're going to lose their base. And McDonald's profits are built on volume and not margin. And our second recommendation is to experiment with advertising to combat this reputation of downscale food. You know, because McDonald's can't afford to purchase expensive ingredients that Shake Shack is able to brag about. McDonald's should reclaim this downscale term. Its accessibility is what allows consumers of all backgrounds to eat at McDonald's. And McDonald's could then tout its inclusivity as community values in a potential ad campaign, because if downscale means that more people can have our food, then so be it. So overall, thank you very much for watching our presentation. We appreciate it.